Hello everyone! Today I've got this G713R gaming laptop which went to a repair shop. My customer had the SSD change for 319 euros, and since then the battery would no longer charge. If we look here, yeah, I press the power button, nothing is happening. And I was also given this cable here. And what can we see here? This is the battery connector from the motherboard side. We have traces connected to it. So the repair shop ripped off the battery connector. I have plugged in the charger and we are getting an orange light here. Press the power button now, and now the laptop is coming on. And we have picture! So the laptop has started up, but the battery is showing as an X sign. Alright, that's enough proof to me that everything else is working. I will get the back cover off so we can examine the broken traces on the main board. And the laptop is open. Alright, what a nice machine, yeah? A lot of heat pipes. So this is the damage we have to deal with, and it looks bad. Not sure if this will form a good connection. And here we see the same thing, yeah? It was connected like this. And now it's no longer. Let's start by extracting the battery connector. So on these you have to pull open the latch and then you can pull the cable out upwards. Here we go. There's our cable. The cable is undamaged, which is good. Now we've got the connector itself here. So we have to look at the pinout of the connector. So we've got 2 times plus, yeah, that's our voltage. Then 1 times nothing, yeah, this pin is not populated, this one. Then we've got white and yellow. White and yellow is I2C clock and data, so the battery can communicate with the charge controller chip. Then we've got brown, which is our 3 volt RTC. It's right here. That's what goes to this via. And then we've got 2 times ground, yeah, that's the 2 times ground. I hope this via here is not going anywhere, that would be problematic, and we have to connect ground to here. Alright, so at that stage I had all these three built up, but I didn't understand that the third one, the RTC pin, doesn't really have a diode drop when you measure it. So it goes only to a diode, that's why you can't really measure it. So I'm now going down a rabbit hole and opening it up again. Keep in mind, the data and clock are supposed to have 0.6, and the RTC line is supposed to have no diode reading at all. That's normal. Next I will now install a big piece of wick as a ground for the right side, and then we are almost ready to install a new connector. Alright, so I think the job is done. The ground pad has been connected up here and goes down here, so I can solder the anchor point here because the anchor point was fully gone. Also I connected a small wire to this resistor, it's a pull down for the mux. Then we have all the three data lines. This one was the RTC lines, this one was clock and data, yeah, for the I2C communication. Then the big pad I added a bit down here of solder so it's supported and doesn't break off. And this anchor point was good. I did realize though that the anchors of the connector were broken off, yeah. So I can actually show it to you here. The anchors are missing on the bottom here. And so I can't actually reuse this connector. I have to order a new one. I hope it's not too expensive. But I will search for a new connector now, order it online, and then we can hopefully finish this job. Yeah? Alright, see you in a bit. I am back and I've got a new part. I would say that looks pretty good, yeah? Alright, so this got pretty stressful, so I've just done the soldering off camera. Because, I don't know, the solder kept merging and it was very, very annoying. So, just to confirm with you, I will show you the diode readings on the fully soldered working connector now. So we've got 3 times 12 volt. This. Yeah. Then we've got clock. And we've got data. Then next we got that 3 volt RTC, which I was talking about, doesn't have a reading, and 2 grounds. So I go through in resistance mode now. Battery rail has mega ohms, 64.8 kilo ohms. 64.8 kilo ohms. Then the RTC line, you know it's connected when you have 2.5 million ohms and rising. And then 2 grounds. And we have to make sure our pull down is soldered, so. And that is soldered too. Okay, so I've got these tricky flat cables installed now. Now we can plug in the battery. So let's carefully place this on. Just have to put the screws back now. And let's check now. Power button, and yes, we get the light. It's flashing. These do take some time to start up when you have reset the BIOS. So because the BIOS battery is inside the battery, this will take probably like 40 seconds to start up. It's setting back all the BIOS settings, and it's also RAM training and stuff. And we've got picture. So I can see here now the battery is detected in the bottom right. We can see here the battery is detected, and we can now also try to plug in the charger to see if the laptop charges. And yes, the laptop also charges and shows the blinking light here. Okay, so we fixed another laptop. I'm not really happy with the soldering I did today. It doesn't look very good. I will try better the next time. But it's fixed. I only charged 50 euros. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked the video, and see you in the next one. Bye.